Of course I did. Woo!
You streaming?
Yeah, it worked.
God, goodness.
Again. Hello, anybody that's watching, which is no one. How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, there's like a bad lagness.
No, it's terrible. So. It'll work. Nobody's going to watch anyway. I'm going to go grab Chris. Because he said he's coming. So we can actually get started.
Maybe get one more, that's fine.
Oh, there we are. Look it up. Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. How's your summer day?
Alright. I was dancing and I sprayed my MCL.
Hey kids.
Dancing?
Yeah. It's just stupid. I've dislocated that kneecap twice, so I've got...
Oh, Nick, I forgot to bring all your prizes.
Anything fun?
You bring them all?
Anything fun?
I'm sure there's like blank spots on your wall where they were hanging.
No, actually, it was just cluttering up this bookshelf that I had. I actually moved into my new apartment today.
Oh, you moved in here?
Well, I'm slowly transitioning everything.
Nice.
I'll be moved in down here by the end of September.
Where you live in?
It's 5th and East.
I really wonder if anybody's watching.
Okay. So
Oh,
it's
dang,
like
there's cookies.
Area.
Mine.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will fight you. Did you bring them now?
I forgot.
God damn it, Andrew. That's the only reason I came here. I
Sorry.
can't vote. I can't run. I can't. I'm just sit here.
If you come by after, you can
I
grab
don't know if I
it.
should
That's
take
okay.
it.
I'll just about it.
I don't either, but I want it. I'm going to be drinking so much.
I mean, I do.
so at least
I
can
cannot stop. I've been having like weird dreams.
Really?
Really
I'm going to all guard these very carefully.
But I have other ones.
I don't think anyone's really care.
Yeah, I'm really just
So where is everyone?
figure
I
it out.
expected this to be.
Oh, look.
This is pretty much most everyone's going to be here, I'm pretty sure.
That's how they.
Everyone else is streaming it.
That's
It
where
just
all
smells
the so like.
Everyone's off the team.
Pretty much.
This is it.
No, we're actually live streaming.
This is
On
actually
YouTube?
this is a secret
So-
meeting
This is on Times Square,
in which
actually.
the only topic is voting Cole off the team.
Basically.
But he remains
Cole, you're done. You're done.
Where's Funk, our secretary?
Funk, I think he's going camping this weekend. Or something.
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
I don't know, man. It's Funk. You want any explanation or reasoning for anything he does?
Like his 13 breakfast burritos.
Funk, what are you doing for dinner? I have over 2 dozen eggs.
2 dozen eggs.
That was all he said.
Picture of like 25 eggs, and then an hour later, like 13 burritos.
That kid. Funk, we miss you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get
I know what
started.
Funk's
You're
our
watching
mascot.
it?
Yeah, I'm watching.
So, Andrew's here for the meeting, but he's watching on his phone the live stream that he can just watch on his computer.
Serious?
We're actually live streaming.
Why doesn't everyone just get out their phone and live stream it? Just watch that and just chat.
Wait, can I go
back?
No.
Turn the volume off though because there's
Oh,
like
I
pretty
know.
bad lag.
You'll have like a selfie stick while climbing. Yeah.
Well, they gotta hear.
Is this our new secretary to record the meetings?
No.
Can we vote MacBook for MacBook Pro secretary?
Basically.
More effective than Alex Pond.
More effective than Funk. MacBook for Secretary 2016.
Just name it Funk and it'll all be good.
There we go. Okay, so one of the first things, is the new officer training. Most of you who should have got the email, right? I don't remember if you did.
You forwarded me.
Okay. And what was the date on that? September
22nd.
I don't know if I
Second?
got the
Second.
email on that.
Yeah.
22nd.
I think you're forwarded too. I saw your name on the forward.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll send
so
on
you're
that.
just picking and choosing who can be an officer by sending them.
No, but they
important
expressed
information?
interest expressly
Okay.
to be an officer, to have an officership.
Gotcha.
But it is mandatory for us to be there.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's on the 22nd, which is before school starts, and we don't want to have last year's officers go because that would be dumb. So we need to have elections between now and the 22nd.
Yep.
Which brings us into bullet point number 2,
which is elections.
how should we do elections?
Yeah.
Obviously, there are people who probably want to run who can't make it to like summer meetings, so I think we should do online elections. but there needs to be like some kind of agreement other than me just saying that's a cool idea.
Sounds good.
I
I
think
think that
works.
works really well.
Make a doodle poll and have it be
what
anonymous.
I'll do is like I'll set it up so you can submit like a one paragraph. We'll say you can take a week. So next Thursday, by next Thursday,
I was going to say by the weekend.
send me a one paragraph essay on why you want to be elected for whatever position you're running for, and then we'll find some way
What are
to.
the positions? Or do we set that?
President,
Was that in the
Vice President.
email? You don't have to go through it if there's like
President, Vice President. I'll send out an email.
Yeah, I mean it's the same position we had last year, but
Secretary,
treasurer,
recruiting officer, treasurer,
because our treasurer sucked
and
last year.
AOI liaison.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she presented me the material.
So, are we going to try to then beforehand come up with a list so everybody can kind of coordinate, make sure like everybody doesn't run for the same thing?
Yeah.
Everybody categorize them as your like your second choice.
Huh?
Maybe like have like what would be your second choice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Do
so
top
the other
choices.
thing we could do is have everyone just run for officership,
And you just
and
vote
then
on.
we'll
Figure
pick
it
the
out.
top 6 people, or however many spots we have, other than the liaison, because obviously you need to be qualified for that.
And by qualified, we mean you need to work here.
And then
Reasonable.
from
Yeah.
that,
Or Jacob. Or
we could like figure out, or you could just, we're not going to do that. You can just apply for as many positions as you want.
So Ben's going to be everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can rig it to have like a first choice and second choice in the vote in case the first choice, like already got elected president, now can't be secretary. Stuff like that.
And then we'll have the recount. And we'll have to
I'm
take it
making
to
a lot
the
of guarantees,
board.
but I have no idea how we're going to actually do this vote.
I was just curious.
We'll figure it
like,
out. We'll do it through text.
Learning.
Yeah. If no one cares about being anonymous, you can just all send me an email. It'd be way easier.
Probably the best to do.
We'll see. We did this for ANS before, and it worked out. American
what?
Nuclear Society.
Oh, okay.
It worked out pretty well.
Nerd group.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more laughs.
Cool. Aaron, you want to start talking again?
Sure, I love talking. Practices. So meetings. I sent Joe an email. Joe is our sports club coordinator person. He's the contact that we go to. And supposedly we've been assigned someone else too, like a student. I heard, but I haven't heard. I haven't heard from that person.
Are they like an intern or something?
I don't know. Anyway, so we might have more than 2 points of contact with Dixon, which would be nice. However, we have this room reserved. I'm pretty sure it's one Tuesday a month. I need to look at the dates. But we have this room, and we can move those around if we need to, if we want to do like a kind of a rolling thing like we did last year. Tuesday this month, Wednesday next month, so that everyone can come, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, the one thing, practices, so I don't know if you can read that, homework, question mark. So we're actually going to implement, hopefully, I mean, we say this, we don't know if we're going to be in the same.
The reason why I
Officer
said question
positions.
mark was like, would anyone be open to doing a practice that is just published online?
I think it'd be better.
What do you?
And then-
What do you?
Like
But
we would
it'd
say
be
like
like-
weekly workout.
There'd just be a workout published, and it'd be like, oh, just climb shit and have a good time.
Yeah.
And then 5 high fives.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's still definitely on the honor system, but maybe at some
But
point
then-
we'd be able to tell if you've been doing it.
I
then
don't think there's really any
I don't know.
point in tracking that data.
There's no point in tracking.
Like,
it. We're not gonna be
do
able
you
to.
care?
I very much specifically. I'm going to put a webcam just for myself in here. I'm going to put
We're
tracking.
talking about that as a
tips on all
supplemental
of you.
practice because we had a lot of people sign up for the club, and I think it'll be very hard to accommodate that many people on the wall. So what we might do, maybe do like advanced practice and beginner practice, or supplemental homework practice for people who can't show up.
I have a feeling we're going to
Something
have
like
to do, V0 to V4
You
practice.
should, because
What
that's
about
better
rotation?
for
It's-
people's bodies
yeah.
who aren't capable of.
Like
Yeah.
you have half of the group work out and the other half climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, then
And we
switch.
could do, Group A on Monday night of the week, Group B on Thursday night of the week, and and just keep that kind of something like that.
Also, like just an idea if like everybody was gonna be here together, like have half of those on the wall and the other half doing like conditioning.
Yeah, that's in program.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely input on this
One
because
cool idea is at the beginning of the term we could make up practice groups, like Group A and Group B. And Group A works out on Tuesdays, and Group B works out on Wednesdays. And then
We
you
have
just
to have a C so that Group A and B get together and commingle.
no, we don't want that. 2 teams.
but you know, then you just say like come to one.
Yeah. Tuesday at 6:30. Group B is Wednesday at 5:30.
This is all set.
I don't think so.
Arbitrary.
Well, I mean, so we called this is a policy meeting, so we're supposed to be figuring out whether these are good ideas.
No, I think it's a good idea to split. Do split groups.
Yeah. Well, do we?
If it's by,
Is it?
like how hard, like the grades that you climb, can they switch? Just because I mean, I'm sure people are usually improving and moving.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a fluid thing, but
Also, you can't like really establish this until you know exactly how many people are going to be showing up.
Yeah.
And, like, how many people are going to actually
Yeah.
Group
But-
A, 1 person. Group B, 2 people. Next week, nobody showed up for Group A.
Yep.
Everyone showed up for Group B.
and
So
it could,
then the other thing is this term, if my fingers improve, I might just do hangboard workouts on my own and not participate in these. And then I would just publish those as homework workouts for other people to do too.
Off the club.
Yeah.
yeah.
Watch it. You don't have power yet. Right into the
Still be a
kid's
smart ass,
constitution.
though.
Andrew can't be banned from the club, and Nick can't erase these words.
You're not physical therapy.
Yeah, it's exercise science.
Exercise science. Okay.
PT,
Okay.
pre-physical therapy.
Because I've been doing a lot more reading. I remember I said something early on last year about you can have a cookie. About how at some point you basically just need to be climbing all the time, and that's going to make you a better climber. But I've been reading a lot about how actually you should be doing some.
Conditioning.
Yes.
Baseline.
So, on that note, what's the feasibility of the expected participation in and kind of the safety factor of publishing cross-training workouts? Like, you know, aside from, okay, well, Group A's exercise for the week is to do 4x4s on the wall.
Well, first you have to establish what everybody's baseline is,
Yeah.
so that you can establish a safe measure
Yeah.
of like being able to offer them different exercises
Yeah.
within their like.
Because, I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, and some people don't work out regularly on their own, have never done it, you know, so they don't, sometimes don't know how to do things. I'm an idiot, I don't know how to do some things, but I tried anyway, and yeah.
My thoughts for that, I say you want to do like a cardio day,
Mhm.
and instead of publishing like do suicides and then do blah blah, just like say like do like today do 30 minutes all of cardio,
Yeah, okay.
and then say like or like this day do like 1 hour of like medium weight resistance training.
Yeah.
And then they can pick what they actually do, but they're actually like following a somewhat structured guide.
Yeah.
That way, if they're new to lifting, they'll go, okay, I don't want to go and do squats right away. I might just do like curls and push-ups.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Because I don't want anybody to, you know, if we were to do this, to get the, you know, the weekly workout, whatever, and say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go hit it really hard. You know, they pull something, they tear something, they hurt themselves, because then it's on whatever moron posted it,
Yeah.
or all of us, because I'm going to blame all of you. And then we've got one person off the team, and now we've got liability issues and all that stuff. So it's like, I want that, but is it too broad?
My thought was just to encourage people to pick other activities
find
to
something
take
on
part
their
in
own?
throughout
Okay.
the week and not necessarily try to
Come up with
assign it,
something.
or just offer people like general guides with a
Okay.
disclaimer that says like these are great climbing cross training. You know?
Okay. And maybe even like a, you know, if you like to do this stuff, we'll form, you know, Group C. And it'll be...
Perhaps this is just a good way to identify the weaklings.
And kick them off the team.
Yeah.
There we
What?
go.
or make them do beginner so they can go later points.
There we go. But yeah, I mean, Group C could be any combination of people in Group A and Group B who want to do specific cross-training things with a group instead of on their own. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think...
I think for now it's too complex.
It's-
not notable.
Yeah. yeah, and trying to tell people, okay, we'll go do all this stuff and on your own without any supervision.
Because that's not good.
No, that's not safe.
You can't do that.
Okay, so we'll nix that idea. But as far as like having two groups based on skill level, kind of having our own divisions, you know, like you would go to a comp and you would be in your own division. We'll kind of divide up the team for practices. Good.
Good and bad. I think sometimes we like mixed practices also that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just
the
'cause-
Andrews don't forget about like
Yeah.
the guy who doesn't know which climbing shoe versus my shoe.
I see. Yeah, just so we still have that team cohesion. So it's not like, oh well, all the
Advanced climbing.
yeah they only climb with themselves. So okay.
Yeah.
Something I was thinking about is it might be a good idea to just once in a while have some sort of a like, maybe just like almost like more of like an info session where we like talk
Yeah.
about like
So we
risks
actually
and training and
Mhm.
like
we got a lot of
Discuss.
people signing up. I was at maybe half the
You were at
start nights, and a lot of people would be like, "Hey, I don't know anything about climbing,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
like, I just want to be in a club and have friends."
yeah
Me too.
and
And this is the cheapest option.
yeah and we could have like lesson day too
Mhm.
Yeah.
at the beginning.
And
Yeah.
we did that. Aaron did that a little bit at the beginning of last
Those
year.
first few were definitely
I think it was
technique and skill building.
received pretty all right.
For the most part, but
This is your right foot. This is your left foot.
Yeah.
You put
The
the
shoe
shoe.
goes on that
the shoe goes on that.
All of these things, like, we need to be much more organized than we were last year at planning practices. Because these things are things that need to be scheduled in advance that
Oh, yeah.
people need to know about,
That's why we're having this.
Yeah, I'm staring at no one besides
I
you
know.
right now.
Hey, you guys voted on me last year. You knew what you were getting yourselves into.
Oh, watch out, elections are coming up.
Some of you voted on me last year. Some of you voted on me last year.
Did anyone vote for you?
I
I thought you were just like,
No,
hey,
I-
Andrew, I want to be
you're
the
right.
president of Climbing Club. I was like, okay.
I was just named it by somebody. What?
How are you gonna decide what times? Is it gonna be like another voting thing, or is it just the
I
person
think
who's
it's-
like, these are when I'm free, please try and make it?
Kind of. And, for Group A, our practice is, Tuesday at 6:30. If you can't be there, this is what we're going to be doing. So do it on your own time when you
Yeah.
can. Make your best effort to make the practices.
I think-
Obviously, it doesn't work for everybody.
In general, like it follows the same pattern every term, where it has to be after 5 or 6,
Mhm.
and you need a Tuesday and a Wednesday option because sometimes people have lab at like ungodly hours
I
of the
know.
night because they can't figure out how to schedule their classes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when the posting it online, before that week, the workout. Because the times and the days will be set. Like we'll come up with the schedule for the whole year basically, and we'll post those regularly, more than the week before. But we'll post the workout itself maybe just the week before, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Because I know my attention span is super short. I'm sure everybody else is too. So, if we post the workout for the whole year each week, I'm not going to look at it again. So, but that's just me.
Just got to do the whole year's workout.
One day,
I'm just gonna put it off till
because
New
it's
Year's Eve.
fundraising. You spelled sponsors wrong. By
I
the way.
spelled it how I meant to.
Well, see, then that would mean like to sponsor is
So apparently we can get sponsors, which is pretty tight. And the way that Joe recommended it, Joe's the head of club sports, I think. He has a
he's
title.
not the head of it. He's the
He has a
coordinator.
title very similar to that.
Not anywhere close to that.
So the way that he recommended doing it would be to request a set amount of money, like either $100 or $150. Maybe we'll just split the difference and say 125.
0.7.
That's not splitting the difference.
Potato.
So we'll just split the difference. Thanks.
You're
And then like the agreement will be if you give us that much money, we'll put your logo on the back of our shirt. And then hopefully we get enough sponsors that we can actually afford shirts. Or else, we'll have to find someone who's really good with the Sharpie. Stuff like that.
Stencil and fabric spray.
Yeah, but so what I'd like to do is like form a sponsors committee, and then just like get like maybe 5 or 6 people who are interested in coming up with a list of people who might do that, and then calling those organizations and requesting money. So if anyone would like to join the sponsorship committee, I see some hands.
No, I have a question.
If you're interested in joining, I don't want to join. I just have a question, but I just decided to ask it.
I will listen to your question.
Can I be a part of anything officially since I'm not a student yet?
No.
Well,
there are different types of official.
You can't hold office
Okay.
as a community member. It's in the Constitution somewhere exactly. You can be a part of the club. You can come to practices. Of course, you can do billing.
We're also not supposed to let you on the vans, but maybe we'll settle with you can't sit in the front of the van.
We'll deal with that when it comes up. I don't know if I'll be climbing then.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be a student then anyways.
Yeah. The way that club sports works is there's a lot of rules in place, and then if you don't follow those rules, you kind of get a slap on the wrist. So,
Again, there's room.
it's live stream. It's not being recorded.
It'll show up on the YouTube later.
Oh.
The whole
Like when you go watch PBR live stream, you can go watch it again later, the whole thing.
So what I mean is, you shouldn't even be in this room. And
No,
I'm
you
glad
can
that
be.
you are slowly walking out of the room ashamedly. Too bad the camera can't see it because it's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
Any other questions?
If you want to be a part of the sponsorship committee, just write your name down. We'll do that for now. I've already sent out a feeler to Metolius, but they don't have much money, I've heard. So
Apparently,
feeler.
Feel me. Mad Rock will do almost anything for street demos.
Yeah. I don't.
If they give us free stuff, I wouldn't mind any sponsorship.
Well, the part of the thing is if you're a team, if you're an athlete, the monetary value, say whatever this stupid. Okay, these are Mad Rocks, because I don't remember what shoes are. Say I want to get sponsored by Mad Rock. Okay, well we can't give any money, but we'll just give you a bunch of shoes. Okay, well I count that toward, my income as a climber. As this club though, if Mad Rock sends us 3 pairs of shoes, what the heck are we gonna do with that?
raffles.
Maybe climbers.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so the other way that was suggested as a sponsorship by Joe, who said,
Did you really do
by Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, question.
Dangerous.
Can I be a sponsor?
Yeah.
You want to give us?
$100.
Yeah, you're gonna pay
Oh,
that
well, yeah.
much? Oh, you can do the other kind of sponsorship.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Which is why we allow you to still be in this room, because you're considering sponsorship.
Okay. So you just kicked Cole out of the club
Okay.
by doing that. Okay.
Right. So the other way that sponsorships can work is sponsors could just donate stuff, and then we can use that stuff for prizes for some kind of fundraiser that we're doing or something like that. We're creative, so that's the other option, and I think that we could call and give them both options, but maybe push for the first one.
Yeah.
And the donating stuff works really well for them because they can do factory seconds, and then they can do it as a tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good way for them to take care of their trash.
Yeah.
Hey man, my bag's a factory second, and it's pretty sweet. Yeah. That's all I had to say about sponsorships. So if you want to be on the sponsorships committee, and I will send out an email on that too, I guess.
Everyone here's name is on it.
Come talk to me.
Everybody wants to be on it.
Is that the
Everyone
sponsorships
here.
committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone
So
that's
that's a
Is interested. Which is good.
That's a great size for a sponsorship
Oh, I guess
committee.
not then.
So we just won't tell anyone else about that. Assuming there's no comments in the live stream. It says there's one person watching, but I'm not sure if I'm factored in because I'm already watching. Yeah.
Callie and Funk are watching.
So the next topic.
Told me to step into frame.
Really? Funk's watching?
Yeah. He said, the res is so bad I can't see the board. I said, can you hear anything? He said, not really. But then when you said, really, Funk is watching, he replied, yes, I am.
He has selective hearing.
I should live stream the comps.
On a laptop.
Hey,
Have somebody carry it around.
it took me embarrassingly long to get this figured out earlier. This is...
Well,
But
to
now
be
I know.
fair, there was a storm coming in your bones, so it's attracting you.
What?
You feel a storm in your bones?
No? I've never heard that phrase.
You're an old person.
Oh, well, yeah, but
And you're also anti-technology, so.
for the most part.
And you're from the eastern south area.
What does that even mean?
Whatever you want it to be.
We don't respect your intelligence.
Oh, with good reason.
Figured more like a water valve.
We're only here for your money.
We only keep you around for the mustache.
And the banter between you and
Which is great banter.
Andrew. It is.
So, sure.
One word.
So we already know what the backside's going to look like. It's going to be a patchwork quilt of sponsors. We also will have to tell them like the exact dimensions of their logo, probably.
Mm-hmm. But
we'll give you
know,
a 2-inch by 3-inch.
Yeah. Did anybody sell?
We'll give you one
yearbook
note
ads
card.
in high school? Was anybody on the yearbook?
What?
Did anybody work on their yearbook, high school yearbook? Okay. The idea is the same. High school yearbooks. You go sell ads. You give us, $15. Your name is this big. You give us $25. Same thing. You give us $600. The whole freaking shirt will just be your logo.
Yeah.
Same idea. Is what I'm getting at.
So, like 4-inch by 3-inch?
I mean, I don't know.
We'll have to look at a shirt and be like, how many of these puppies can we get on?
That's like
this?
3.5 by 2.
Yeah.
And if you look at the other comp shirts, like especially,
measure how big the sponsorships on Chris's
No,
Work
Steve.
Best shirt are.
do you have
Measure
sponsorships
right now?
on the back?
The first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I know.
Oh, those are tiny.
I can probably get Nectar Creek too for you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Well,
That was uncomfortably
does
gross.
anyone have any ins with any companies?
Besides breweries, no.
Casual.
I mean,
What's wrong with
breweries? I mean, Idaho's sponsored by some
Said
breweries.
that he would most likely buy one.
Who?
My birth father.
Okay.
Western Oregon Aviation.
Cool. Okay.
And then
Take it.
the company my dad retired out of might as well.
Cool.
Nancy's.
Let's see, I have to raise.
I have me.
Okay. This is new information to everyone.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Ah,
Well, I'm not like.
Nope.
I'll pay to have my logo.
Come on.
Roll my face.
so now we're on to.
New signups.
Oh yeah. I haven't crunched all the numbers because there's so many numbers to crunch. We've got almost 100 people signed up through the start nights.
Serious?
Speaking of, does anyone have a sign up list? I posted on. Okay. Because I feel like we should be missing. Do it.
What were you guys doing at
Sitting and talking about
Table.
climbing.
Oh, really?
Saying the exact same thing over and over again. Hey, are you interested in climbing? Oh, cool. Well, so the climbing club is about building a community of climbers at Oregon State University and training and improving as climbers, and then we go compete against other schools and yada, yada, yada. We win. We're the coolest. Sign up on our paper thing.
Yeah.
And there would be like the rare person who had climbed before who was like, oh man, climbing.
Yeah.
Where do you climb? And I'm like, I climb on rocks. And they're like, hey, I climb on rocks too.
But no, we had a lot of interest. It was really nice. And kind of the last, it's right before the term starts. Dixon Rec Night, I'm sure some of you know what that is. September 20th.
It's like the
Yeah.
Woodstock of freshmen.
Yes. So it's right before the new officer training, but it's basically almost every single incoming first year student in Dixon for like 4 hours, and we can have a table. I signed us up already. We can divvy up times and draw straws and whatever. But same thing essentially, except it's just like all at once, everyone. So anyway, a lot of interest. I figure we'll probably get maybe a third, even maybe only a quarter of those people that signed up. But if we get a third of 100, that's 33.3333 people. And that .333 is going to be really helpful. We're going to split one person.
Just float up the wall.
Yeah.
They can campus in beginner.
Be a Dylan.
Anyone else have anything to bring up? We actually got through that really fast.
I
I'm proud
was-
of you, Aaron.
Well, you did a lot of the talking. So. I didn't let me ramble.
In regards to like the practices, and when you start out, some thoughts like on the EXS major, you could do like a pre-fitness evaluation
True.
of everybody, so they can work on like assessing where they are, and then presenting
Yeah.
workouts.
No, I definitely like to do a quick survey
Stepwise.
skill type thing. But exactly, do we do that face to face? Do we do it online?
You need to do it face to
I think
Face to
last
face.
year you handed out something, kind of.
Huh?
Last year you kind of handed out a sheet.
That was, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing that.
Isn't
Yeah.
that like an improvement?
Write your name on the board.
Yeah.
What?
You came in late. Write your name on the board, Nathan.
I didn't know. I didn't even know there was a meeting.
Did you not get the email?
I probably did. I'm really bad at reading my emails unless it's from a collaborator that I know I need to read an email.
That sentence
Well,
should have ended
you need
at,
to read
"I
an
did
email."
that.
Shame.
Sorry.
But yes, definitely, especially if we're going to have as many new people as I either expect or hope that we have.
Before practice, when
Yes.
you like do like a climbing
Yes.
practice, you should have an assessment,
Mhm.
which could be a practice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What's up?
Is there a decided shirt design?
No. Oh,
Yeah, that's what
that's why it says designs.
We do have specific guidelines that we have to use as far as branding through the university and what is acceptable and what not. There are examples. I'm pretty sure if you go,
There's like a packet. You can find
Yeah.
it if you Google enough.
well, if you go to OSU's website and just type in brand or branding, it should pop up somewhere exactly what you can and can't use, because you can't have, if you're going to use a beaver, it has to be a very specific beaver logo, and you can't have anything added onto the beaver, so you can't have someone climbing.
Into the beaver's mouth.
You can't have any beaver besides the
Or the
beaver's
slammed
logo.
tail.
Yeah.
So
we
and
couldn't
you
have-
can't use like the
Yeah.
sports beaver. You have to use the school beaver.
What
Yeah,
about,
which are
what about the Oregon beaver? Like the on the state flag?
No.
No. There are actual pictures that you have to use.
The
Yeah.
Ultimate Team has a dinosaur on their shirt, so we can just totally leave
Yeah.
the beavers entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's just if there is a beaver, it has to be
Yeah.
specific
I don't know
one.
if
And if we-
beavers are fine.
You can't use
Huh?
some fonts. I'm not sure if you can use some colors too.
Why?
Probably
Some of the stuff belongs
Probably
to
can't do green and yellow.
Oregon State's athletics,
Yeah.
and some of it belongs to Oregon State University, and we're not allowed to use anything that belongs to Oregon State athletics.
Until this club blows up and they have a true.
Until climbing
Until
is
we're
like an
actually
actual like
a sport.
NCAA sport. Yeah.
In which case, all of you guys are out because you
I
didn't
know.
try.
However, with all of that convoluted information about what we can and can't do on shirts, most of which we don't even know exactly what we can and can't do. I was going somewhere.
Does anyone know?
Does anyone know, like,
Or willing to design a shirt?
Yeah. So what I think is, if you want to design the shirt, just send the design to the club email. Anytime between now and whenever we actually buy shirts.
Yeah, there's no
Which
time
won't
limit.
be
time
very soon because we have to know how many people are in the club. It won't be until we collect club dues for sure.
Oh,
And we
how
got to
much
figure
do
out
we
the
have?
sponsorships thing.
I think 3.
That's nice.
But yeah,
It's online, it's on the document.
Okay.
if you want to submit a design, that's cool. If you need pointers on how to make designs for shirts, they can help you out. Like you want to do vector images and stuff like that. It's not hard.
And then once we actually get designs, we'll talk about tank tops or actual T-shirts, and maybe that could be
Yes.
Yeah.
that could be a potential sponsorship thing. Some company or retailer provides us with nice-ish shirts, and we get them printed on that, something like that. Instead of just going to get doo-doo cotton, whatever.
Right. That seems like the most reasonable.
18 leggings, I think.
I agree.
I like the leggings, yes.
Team onesies.
Onesies?
Mhm.
Like leotards are like.
Like baby pajamas, like all the way down, and even the foot, and then the butt flap.
I made
up
trouble getting the climbing shoes over the.
No, I know. You know the wrestling uniforms?
Yeah.
Singlets.
There we go. We'll stand out.
Yes,
Be squeaky.
you can do the crop tops and then the spandex over it.
Yeah.
I like this creative.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
Guys, let's keep it
Keep
going.
their ideas at us.
Obviously,
We
the
shoot them down.
constructive
I
part
think
of
I
the
just
meeting
figured out what I'm wearing
is
for
why
Halloween.
invite all of them
Yeah.
before we make decisions.
Trying to think of other actual housekeeping things.
Singlet.
I said something.
Are we only doing trips for the comps, or are there going to be other climbing trips that we can do?
We're not allowed to do outdoors. It's
Yeah.
something we talked about.
What about gym trips?
Yeah, something we talked about last year that we never did was maybe go up to the circuit before comp season starts and do like a fake comp,
Like a mini comp on like a really slow day for them.
And for those sorts of trips, are you allowed to get vans and?
If it's a club function, yes.
So
long as we're not doing something
But
that is against
If we
our
wanted to just drive, we would be able to bring non-club members and we would be able to drink.
Yes.
well, so my question is, would we be able to say something like, "Oh, the Sowell Gym in St. Louis. That's a pretty amazing gym. I would love to go on a road trip to St. Louis. Would you happen to stop in City of Rocks? That's not so bad. It's not our destination."
Well, I don't know that.
I don't think we can
Out
put
of
club
state.
funds to that.
Yeah, since we have
Also,
basically said that
we're
we
kind
only
of broke,
compete.
so
Since we only compete in the Pacific Northwest, and we're only going to go to gyms in the Pacific Northwest, we said, hey, we're going to go to St. Louis and go to their gym.
Is in the Northwest.
Well, yeah, but it's also outside. Doofus.
Yeah, but could we make a trip up to the? Is it one of our comps in Spokane or something?
Cheney.
Chain.
Which is
Okay,
basically
most of
Spokane,
that? Okay.
yeah.
Well, Leavenworth is pretty much on the way to that, right?
Here's
so
the deal.
if we were going there, what would be the problem?
Nathan,
with we took a weekend
here's the deal.
stop?
You can volunteer to drive, and we will give you the amount of cash that we decided was fair for you to get to Spokane.
Uh-huh.
And then if the people in your car independently from the club decide to go to Leavenworth afterwards, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
But anything anything on club Facebook or club email or something, we can't be like, oh, we're going to Leavenworth.
Right.
But-
That's how we get in lots of trouble.
And also think of it like this. If we took OSU vehicle to Leavenworth after the comp,
Yeah.
and we had an accident,
Yeah.
something happened, and it was in Leavenworth, and OSU, hot water right there.
Yeah.
I
If it's
like
your
what
car,
you're thinking, but I'm
we
just saying.
can give you a gas stipend for you to drive in your car, and then you can take whatever detour you want.
4 cents a mile. I think that's respectable.
Shift it into neutral and just roll the
Yeah,
tires.
exactly. There's lots of hills. Just speed to the top and then just coast all the way down.
Yeah, we could take harnesses, pull the car and double back.
Pump can do it. Okay, yeah. The two. I think.
Two group thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will definitely have I will post very soon what our meetings are like as far as the dates, and then we'll work around because they're all Tuesdays. I'm pretty sure. So we'll, the second Tuesday we'll make it a Wednesday, and then so on and so forth. Every other meeting will be a Monday or a Wednesday, essentially. and then practices will follow the same, so that people can come to them. Because right now they're all Tuesday. We have this room reserved, but I'll send another email.
Chris, I know that you want to say something.
What?
Can we have meetings like the first like half hour or so, like can this be like new member meetings?
Mhm.
That way, it's
Yeah.
continuous refresher on. Oh, I don't climb meeting because my friend is in Rock One wants to go with.
Yeah.
Me and now I'm
So I think the first meeting, we won't do that, so we can, like make it seem like a good community thing.
Yeah.
But maybe after that,
Yeah.
we'll do what we used to do, which is say, just tell your friend to show up 15 minutes early
Mhm.
and talk to the guy with the mustache.
I think a formal like 15 minutes, like first 15 minutes of the meeting would be good. Like
Yeah.
like actual, not go find Aaron, harass him while he's studying, and then.
What happens?
Yeah, well,
I'm
I mean, like,
harassable, so
what
it's okay.
used to happen was when we did it formally, I'd just stand in here for 15 minutes alone.
Yeah, crying.
And the corner.
Um,
I would pack it.
So if you're the recruiting officer, that would be your job.
I haven't elected yet.
You want to be at that one?
I do want to be it. That's very true.
Oh.
I won't be here for that one.
But no, good idea. And even, hopefully, we just have a ridiculous onslaught of new people that we have to have a separate meeting every 2 weeks just to accommodate those people. That'd be great.
That would be great.
I think it would.
What if it's like exponential growth?
Oh, also, money. I meant to write this down. Club dues. So, it shouldn't be any surprise. We're the cheapest club on campus. Not only because we're the newest, but we have the
Everything provided.
everything's provided for the most part. Like I can only think of like maybe soccer, ultimate frisbee, and rugby. Well, disc golf, most people end up buying their own
You need to buy
equipment
your
anyway.
discs. That's $17 for
Yeah.
Most
discs.
people end
But-
up buying their own
But
stuff.
anyway,
Yeah,
there
I mean,
are three other.
chocolate's like
I
a
am
serious
talking.
addiction.
There are three other clubs. Three other clubs who operate similarly to the way we do
us.
to us. Worse, where they don't have to go out and buy a bunch of crap. Rugby, you just buy shoes and shorts. I guess I don't know. You don't have to go buy your own ball. So I don't know how expensive they are, but we're the cheapest on campus, which does make it hard to operate and do some of the things that we want to do, like actually have access to the vans and shirts and all that stuff. So
What
we
Aaron's
talked
trying to say is how much should we charge, right?
exactly, how much do we charge? Because right now it's $20.
How about 10 for non-competing,
Just-
20 for competing?
I think it needs to be around 30 for competing,
Yeah.
which still is the cheapest on campus.
Is that going to include comp fees then as well?
No.
No.
Still won't.
So-
It won't.
It's-
It wouldn't include comp fees until we get into like the 120-ish range,
Copies are expensive.
which is what Idaho pays.
Mhm.
Idaho's club is $120 a year,
That's
but
it's
we
like-
could do it by it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we could
So
say
the thing is, theoretically, like people like you and I, where we go to most of the comps, basically we're just paying money in at the beginning and then getting that money back.
That is gas.
And like really the comp fee, it's like kind of sinister, but it's to take advantage of people who want to be in the club but aren't
Aren't
going
gonna go to
very active
every comp.
members.
Yeah.
And I feel bad
like
about that.
subsidize active members, and that's just like how comp fees work or team fees work.
Yeah, because there's invariably going to be people who go to one comp. No matter what we charge, people are going to go to one comp. It's probably going to be Berkfest, and then we're going to have 15% go to 3 comps,
Yeah.
and then 1% is going to go to all the comps.
So,
So having say we get up to 60 members, you're going to have 57 members paying for those 3 members to go to every comp, but they're only going to, just the benefits versus what they're paying, and I feel dishonest about that. However, if we express that to them, hey, we're all paying the same flat rate, and you can go to as many comps as you want, or as few comps as you want, but you're all going to pay the same, and if they know that on the front end, they say, okay, here, take my money, and they never go to a comp, that's on them. But some people still don't, I don't think, understand that, maybe. Don't get the concept for some reason. So, I don't know. It's either we charge a little bit more than what we are now, and we still have to pay our own way to the comps, or we all pay a heck of a lot, and hopefully comp fees are all covered for most everyone. So I don't know.
I think that the $15-25 or $15-20 price point's good
I like a scaled thing, yes.
because I definitely know people who are can't even do a club.
Yeah.
I got student loans and stuff. And I think that the climbing club, you know, like it's part of our niche that we attract a lot of people like that, and that we should be a good place for them
For dirtbag.
to coexist. Yeah.
A thought on that though is it does create this situation where somebody could be like, I'm not going to go to very many comps,
Mhm.
and they pay like $15, let's say,
Mhm.
and then they end up going to a whole bunch of comps, and then
Then
we have
we-
the awkward situation of having to like
No.
approach them and ask them money, and where do we draw the cutoff on it?
I mean, I think
Yeah.
Just
I'd
me-
also be totally fine just saying
Because
$25
they can just
straight
like
up.
say $20 for everybody, and it's a compromise in the middle or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's still, I don't know. I mean, I haven't, I'm not the numbers person, so I haven't run the
Yeah.
numbers on exactly how much we'd get
I don't know.
one way or the other.
It's kind of like it's advantageous that Birdfest is the second comp, because a lot of people have talked to us at the direct nights too, and they're like, "No, I'm not sure if I want to compete." And it's very good to be like, "Oh, well, Birdfest is here, so it doesn't cost us anything for you to go to Birdfest, and it doesn't take very much time for you. You don't have to travel or anything, so you should just check that out. And if you like it, you know, go to the rest of them." You know, and I feel like the price disparities for people who are on the fence like that.
Yeah.
But if we had a tiered system, you know, I think, in my mind, you know, the two, and does anyone know, has anyone heard about Oregon, if Eugene's
I
having
think
one?
Eugene's back online now.
Okay,
After
well,
I
3
talked
years.
to somebody from there who
Mhm.
it sounded like they were not planning to compete. So, but you never know.
we're not going to know until they
Climbers
send
are
out.
like the least organized people in
It's
the world,
ridiculous.
so I wouldn't really count on anything until
Okay.
you physically look around at the first comp and go, which schools are here?
Well, let's assume they're going to have one.
We
So-
need a
so we
super
must
agent
beat
to
them.
start a
Yeah.
UO team.
So UO, OSU, and PSU. That's 3 comps in the state that are no more than PSU is an hour and a half away. If you go to, if you say I'm only going to do those 3, okay, then you're on the second tier. You pay, 15, whatever. You go to that next comp. It doesn't matter if you only go to one. Okay, well, you have this understanding. You're gonna, pay that extra $15. That's really gonna send us over the top. But that's just in my mind. Go to the ones in Oregon. You're in the second tier. If you're going to any more than that, which is a good bit of us, then you're automatically in that first
Aaron,
tier.
is there a laptop?
Do tier 2
Is there
climbers
anything
get to
else
go to
that's
the
like super
afterlife?
important that we're covering?
What?
I got one bunk.
There's only 12 minutes left to find. Yeah, I'm not tired yet.
Oh,
there are
people
You came in like after we even stopped.
Yeah, I
talking
didn't know
about
that it was
instructor.
happening.
Why am I supposed to look at this?
Funk said to look at the computer.
Probably going to sleep or something, so the camera turns off.
Yeah. Does anyone have anything
I don't
else
know.
to bring up before we enter the lightning round?
Yeah, we're just rambling at this point.
Cool.
Do we get daily
Barring-
doubles?
Huh?
Do we get daily doubles?
Daily doubles? No.
Yeah,
This
I
isn't
think we
football.
should continue the
Oh,
Jeopardy.
you're talking Jeopardy?
once we get
That's goodbye.
a better idea of how many people are going to show
Yeah.
up.
Because no one's going to pay club dues, right off the bat anyway.
No,
So,
but I mean, yeah, we should just keep that as an
Mhm.
open topic and.
and for the most part, incoming students, they have no bearing on how much clubs cost, unless they're actually shopping around and saying, well, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this, but I like, if they're like looking at 4 or 5 other clubs and they hear, oh, well, this one club is $75, but climbing is only $30. I can do that. Or they have no frame of reference and, oh, it's $50. Oh, that sounds reasonable. Sure.
So I've got a different topic. Not all the walls on the climbing wall are named. So for the flat wall right there, I'd like to suggest Fender Bender. And for the flat wall right
This
here,
has
I'd
nothing
like
to do with
suggest
us.
Fish Tank.
This has
Wait,
nothing to
I
do
thought
with
that
us.
one was supposed to be like
This
no,
is Fish
Cole,
Tank or
Cole
Fish Bowl.
rejected that. This is the Fish Tank, and then the one with the 35 in the prow. That's Fender Bender.
Fender.
For public information,
Yeah.
No
start
one
using those names.
cares.
So they catch on.
I'm going to start using a different set of names.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have that going on at work because like there's all the interns sit in like a different office place. You have to like go downstairs to get there. So I call it the frontier. Like we're out on the frontier. There's no laws down there, you know. But then George, because now he's a big contractor, man, he calls it the underworld because it's downstairs. And then, anytime I call it the frontier, he'll purposefully make a statement in which he has to use the name of the place so he can call it the underworld.
Okay, are we done? Thanks for coming, everybody. Yeah. Appreciate you making the drive and the effort to hear us ramble.
Out about the UO climbing team right now.
Okay.
Okay.
And yes, we